So welcome back to another episode. And we have wanted to talk about this game for a very long time. And we did on the All Gen Gamers podcast, but we've never made a video of it, and we really want to. And today's the day when we can talk about our Super Mario 64 memories.
Now, we can't talk about Mario 64 and our memories of it without talking about the launch of the N64 itself and the insane amount of hype there was around this system.
Oh my god, it was crazy. And it was all about the N64 plus this game together. Like everybody was so hyped for Mario 64. And one day I get a surprising phone call, and I always remember I was going out with Allison at the time, and I'm actually hanging out with her, and I get a phone call from Rob. He's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, just hanging, you know, this girlfriend of mine. He's like, I suggest you come up to my house right away. I'm like, you know, well, how come? What's going on? He's like, just come over, honestly. He's like, I've rented something, a Nintendo 64. I'm like, and it wasn't out in this country. So I'm like, oh, I see it. I said, bye-bye. I said, I gotta go to Rob's. I'm on my bike going all the way over to Rob's place. And I go over, and it was just like a major family event. Like, it was like, it's so hard to describe the hype and the intensity and the incredibleness of Mario 64 when you first walked in and saw it. And I walked in, and there's Rob playing with this amazing controller on his TV, a 3D Mario game. You can't stress that enough. We had taken our friend in 2D, taken him to 3D. I'd never seen anything like it. And I just remember standing there, and I had that kind of reaction when I first saw Fantasy Star, where my mouth was open. I was like, oh my god. And I had the same reaction again. I was just hypnotized about what I was seeing. I was completely jealous. I felt so many emotions. I want this. This is so amazing. How did they get that?
Now, Willow Video Games is a store we've talked about a lot. We know it well.
Which one was it? Was it the one in Newton?
It was the one in Newton this time. Now, Willow Video Games always managed to, when a video game system launched, they had someone in Japan that would buy it on launch day and express overnight ship it to their store. They get about 3 or 4 of them. And then they would start renting them day one, the day after it came out. And that's what happened here. I phoned them and I said, look, do you guys have them for rent? Yes, we do. And I went down there. I tell you something, I was down there faster than you can blink. Put the money down.
That must be expensive.
Oh yeah, I think it was like $40 for a night. And then it was another $6 a night for the game.
Yeah.
So,
and then you probably had credit card down to the entire system.
The whole thing. Yeah. So picked it up, brought it home, hooked it up, and before I turned it on, I phoned this guy. I phoned him right away, and I didn't turn it on until he got there. And then he came in, we turned it on. My dad was there, my brother was there. We were all gathered around the TV, John was there. We were all just entranced by this and playing it. And it was, I mean, we had no idea what we were doing. Remember when we got to the King Bob-omb?
Yeah.
And there's that big text trying to tell you what's supposed to happen? Yeah. We had no idea what we were doing.
We'd never navigated in a 3D space before.
No, and we never had to interact with other characters in a Mario game. You jump on them, they squish, and you move on.
Yeah.
And so this was completely different.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
You had to really wrap your head around what the hell this was, you know? And then you took it back. We had this amazing, orgasmic fucking Mario experience, and then it was over. And then the wait began for the North American version.
So painful.
So painful for you, and this is where one of our memories comes in.
But before it came out, and I don't know why they did this, and they've never done it since. I don't know what they were thinking. They released the controllers for sale in retail before the system, and now everything that came out said that it was a black console with a gray controller. And being me, I don't know, I'm kind of weird about that. That didn't work for me. The console and controller had to be the same color.
Yeah.
So I went out as soon as they were available and bought the black controller.
How long before?
It was like a month or 2. I mean, it was ridiculous.
So weird.
It was weird.
And I remember this because I got so many funny thoughts, you know, remembering back when you had this controller and you would bring it over and show me, and you wouldn't let me touch it. Like, oh, check this out. Oh my god. I was like, wow. And it was a wowing moment. It was like, the N64 controller.
It's here.
Yeah, the analog controller. It was so cool.
I was actually so, like, weird about it that I insisted on only touching it with surgical gloves on because I didn't want to get fingerprints on it until I had the console. I wouldn't touch it with anything, but I would take it out of the box with these surgical gloves on. It's true. It's insane, but true.
It's absolutely true.
So I would take the controller out and I'd look at it and daydream about playing Mario 64, and I'd put it back in the box, and I'd wait, and then I'd take it back out, and I'd put it back, and I'd wait.
We used to have phone call conversations about this.
For like hours.
Yeah,
Hours.
about what the future held for the N64 and Nintendo. It was exciting times.
Now, the day that John got it, on launch day. Now, here's the thing. We knew each other really well. And usually the back door of his house that led into where the basement games room was would be left unlocked. And if a friend of ours, Aaron, and I wanted to pop by and visit, we could let ourselves in.
And honestly, they honestly would come over every day and
Make
just hang it.
tea
Yeah, they
and
just
hang out.
walk in the door and sit down and start playing video games. It was normal. That had to be said because the day of release came for the N64 and Mario. Very exciting times. And this is just... I'm very funny this way. Okay, let me tell you my story. I go down to EB Games. I had it pre-ordered, the whole shebang. I made a major fuck up when I went in. As they gave me the system on the counter. That's fine. There was another guy in front of me with his girlfriend. I'm like, oh, I'll take a copy of Mario 64 as well. I didn't pre-order that. Didn't think I had to. I thought they'd obviously have tons of copies. They're like, oh, sorry, all the copies are gone. I'm like, what? How can I get this freaking machine without Mario 64? It's not gonna happen. The guy in front of me is with his girlfriend, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't get this game. I don't really care." And she's like, "Yeah, we don't really need that."
Didn't he have
game."
Pilot Wings as well? He had Pilot Wings as well,
He
right?
got Pilot, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? So he's like, "Yeah, I don't need this. Do you want this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely, thanks." I put it on top of the box. I'm like, "Yes, winner." And he's sitting there, and all of a sudden he kind of realizes what he did. He's like, "Wait a second, well, maybe we do want that." He's seeing his girlfriend, and he turns back to me. He's like, yeah, can I get it back? I'm actually gonna get it. And I just did this. I didn't look at him. I just kept my kind of eyes down. I'm like, no. I was not giving this up. He's like, no, seriously. He's like, yeah. I said, no, man, no. And it was so awkward, but I waited it out. I was staring at that ground. It's not happening. Finally, we get to the counter. And he's gone. He's gone, and I've got all the shit. I'm happy as a I mean, Mach 3 on the highway, going home, blasting as fast as I could fucking get there. And I pull up into the driveway, and no, honestly, I gotta tell you from my point of view what I saw. And I gotta make it sound kind of funny, but I pulled, and there's a long driveway, and you pull in, and there's kind of the garage, and underneath the garage you could see the windows. And Rob and my friend Aaron were in the house, and they were like two little dogs. They're like, the car pulls in, all of a sudden you see these heads go, "Whoa, whoa!" That's exactly what I saw. And from my reaction as I pull up, and I'm like fucking angry about it. I'm like, "You fucking bastards, you fucking dogs, get out of my house!"
He kicked us the fuck out of his house.
Sorry. What I wanted, and you are like this too, I wanted a moment to open the box, take everything out, smell the plastic, just have a moment, you know what I mean? And back then I'd have like 3 cigarettes next to it, I'd light them up and take this moment in and all that kind of stuff. And these guys were there ruining my fucking day.
Now, let's think about this for a minute though, because when I rented the import one, I didn't turn it on until you were in my house.
Well, I'm different than you are.
Yes, you are, sir. Yeah, so this is from my perspective. I'm like, well, we're great friends, and he came over to my house, and I didn't even turn it on until he got in the house. So he won't mind. He won't mind if I'm there when he comes home with the new system, because we're all excited and we can share it together. No, he comes in the front door. What are you fuckers doing here? Get out of my house! And I laughed. I was like, yeah, that's really funny. He's not kidding.
No.
And he kicked us out.
Get the fuck out. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I wanted that moment. I wanted you guys to come back in the evening, have some beers, and have our moment playing. But
our moment playing. Our moment playing.
He's still bitter about it.
Let's just move on to that, shall we? The evening comes, and it was actually the next night, because that night you didn't let me come back. No, I'm playing it tonight. No, you're on your own. The next night, Lord Fauntleroy allows me to come over. And I come in, and he's playing, and I'm like, that's really cool, can I try it? No, really, I just want it, no. And he's playing, he's like, this is so fun, look at this is cool, look what I can do, I can swim, and I can get coins to get air, this is really cool, can I try it? No. And he played it the whole time while I sat there on Andrew's couch watching Andrew play.
Well, you know,
And then at the end of the night, after we talked about how awesome it was, he turned it off. We had a great evening, drank some beers, and then right before I'm heading home, he goes, "This is a little something to help you sleep." Turns it on, and the game goes,
It's me, Mario.
turns it back off. Good night. Get out. Oh my. So, and I didn't get to play it until I bought my own, and it took a couple weeks.
I didn't want to ruin your experience.
Oh
though.
yes. Yes. The excuses are fast and
We
thick, my
were
friends.
funny. We were funny back then. We had rivalries in Street Fighter. There's all this. We were being funny.
Oh, it was hilarious.
And years later, what's really good, I've never been able to tell the story, is that Rob tries to get me back
Oh, this.
with the Dreamcast, and the Dreamcast comes out. This is so classic.
Oh,
And
you're so mean.
I'm actually, it's the Dreamcast launch. Rob goes to the store, spends outrageous amounts of money, buys all the stuff, all that stuff, and I'm hanging with your brother, and we're sitting on the computer upstairs, and you came in, and you're like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "I'm hanging out with your brother," and you're like, "Well, I one moment, I don't want to be disturbed." We're like, "Yeah, don't worry about it, man." So he goes into his room, he walks past us, shuts the door, hooks all this stuff up, and we just didn't give a fuck. We just didn't care. And I didn't want to feed it to him. And then it was so funny, about an hour and a half later, the door opens. "Hey, do you guys want to check this out?" And we're like, "No, we're fine."
Such a best.
They're fun memories, right? They're hilarious. We were funny when we were younger, and that's the thing. But the thing is when we finally both, in our respective different times.
Now, when I had to work for my mom to earn the money to get this, and I finally had the money together, and I went and got it. I remember because I phoned and asked them to put it on layaway, and then I was like, no, because they're not going to hold on to it. I have to get it now. So I ran down to the store, I picked it up, I brought it home, and then I had, I have to admit, yes, I had a moment too, and I actually, I set out candles on the table, and I opened it up, and I laid out all the different parts of the console, laid them all down, put the box away, and then I put that massive power adapter in the back, and put in the video cables and hooked it all up, and turned it on. And then I sat and played it for quite a while.
It was religious too. It really was religious. I know we sound so stupid, but it was like such an
intense moment.
Yeah, and you have to think, this was a pivotal moment in video gaming when we were going from 2D to 3D.
Yep.
And you'll never have that jump again. There's 3D gaming now. There's different ways of connecting to the games, but not like that. And we'll never see that quite again, I don't think. And we were really caught into it. And just playing that game, we could just talk about so many thousand things about the levels and all that, but you guys have already played it. You know how awesome it is. It's just a super classic game.
That soundtrack alone, I will listen to it and it will take me straight back to those days, sitting in your basement, sitting in my living room, playing the game, comparing how many stars have you got.
Rob was awesome. Rob was fantastic. He got everything.
I actually did it. I got every one of the red coin stars, every star. I got all of them. Yeah. It was ridiculously hard.
Yeah, I watched you do some of those and I was like, how the fuck do you? Because you come over and you're like, "Oh yeah, I'll get this for you, that stuff for you, no problem." Ding, 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 ding. I'm like, I can't do that.
What he didn't see was the fact that I had to redo that 87 times on my own until I memorized the pattern.
But you were good though. You were really good. Yeah. But that's the thing. We had a great time playing it, and we really wanted to. I'm so glad we could finally share
those stories.
This story about Mario 64, the launch, the hype, the excitement. The excitement of video games, the excitement of this game. The shunning. I like the shunning. That was fun. Type of thing. So, guys, we're happy to share some of our Super Mario 64 memories with you. Anyways, guys, until next time. Oh, that was good.
Was hot.
That was in one take.
Fucking perfect.
That was perfect.
Oh my God.
Really good.
That was the best episode I think we've done.
I know.